welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I hope everyone's doing okay. There's another read along review for you guys. Um, what should we start off with? If you're wondering what these are, let's start off with that. Let's start with that. These read along reviews are like, a half-ass audiobook. For me personally, I've had an attention disorder all my life, and it was very hard for me to read, comprehend, pronounce, pronunciate, and other good things are English and reading related. English reading and writing related. And for those that have the same relatable issue as I do, I hope these help you. You know what I mean? They help you concentrate on the subject at hand, help you concentrate on reading. Granted, these are comics and not actual, actual like novels. But it's still type of a book format or writing format or some type of format where it has a story behind it, a story tell behind it. But this is for those, like I said, that have bad concentration, bad comprehension, and if it's easier for you to just have an audiobook or have someone read a book to you, you know what I mean? For me reading out loud is helping this. I mean, these are helping me personally because I've only read 7 books in my life, maybe a little bit, a couple more. I think maybe it's like 10, 7 to 10. 7 of those were Harry Potter, 3 of those are miscellaneous books that maybe one day we will read and touch upon. But these do help me, mentally. I mean, if and concentrate on, making content, but also, concentrate on the story as is that we're reading. And it's good for me. You know what I mean? Usually, I shit you not, 90% of the time when I read a book, I'm reading it, not comprehending, and I gotta reread the fucking sentence, the page, the chapter over and over and over and over and over because I'm all the way in Hawaii or I'm in, Japan or whatever, wherever my mind imagination is, I'm not actually here. I'm actually here because not only am I doing it for content and for the podcast, I'm doing it for you guys, I'm doing it for myself because, it's I'm trying to be a good role model for those that are that also struggle with attention disorder and that don't take medications or or have other means of necessary to get through it. You know what I mean? For me, I like doing music. If when I don't have my medication, I like to do music. I like to watch movies. Etc. So it keeps me concentrated, keeps me in the zone, and helps me with the task at hand or even just having headphones in my ear. I know this sounds like the weirdest thing in the world, but just me having headphones in my ear with no music, it's like they become like the focal point of my concentration. I know this sounds weird, but just try it. Right? It's like it's a good example is when a smoker or ex-smoker that used to smoke cigarettes all the time and they go to vaping. They're so used to a habit of putting something in their mouth. No pun intended. But it's that habit of doing something, and it helps you with that focal point. You know what I mean? They're trying to get out of a habit of doing it, like an ex-smoker. But in this instance, in this example, what I mean, there's no music playing, but it's the habit of just having the headset in my ears constantly over and over, and whether it's a podcast or a movie or music or even just having my headset in my ears right now talking to you guys, great focal point for myself, for, you know just to be here and to be focused. Like I said, these are these minor techniques I found and created along the way, when I don't have medication or if I'm off my medication or if I'm on a cleanse. It sounds weird when I say cleanse or a detox. I mean, it's actually good to go on meds and then get off them for like maybe a week max. If you're wondering what I'm talking about Adderall. And I could be on it for like 3 months in a row, and then like in COVID, I was off of it for like 3 months because it was like shit was back ordered, or they just didn't, they were low on stock, or because so many kids are prescribed to it now, it's impossible to fucking get it. Stupid shit like that. And the people that actually need it don't get it. I had a whole bunch of problems like that when COVID was going on, but back to what I was saying is um stuff like that. You know what I mean? When you don't have it or you don't even use it at all, and you need a new means of or of necessity to help you focus. Finding these little minor little tidbits and whatnot do go a long way. As I said, I do hope these help you. Uh, like I said, you'll notice it as I read. Bad pronunciation, I stutter. Sometimes I reread. Sometimes I just start like changing my voice. Sometimes I, reread the same thing, or sometimes the last episode I fucked up and I was reading. It was in the zone. I was reading, but I forgot to change it to the panel by panel kind of read along. But you guys will notice it. So, and those are the things that people such as myself go through all the time, and hopefully these help. Like they're helping me. But anyways, let's get into it. Sorry for that long ass intro. This is Action Comics number six from November 1938. Already off the bat, this looks like a whole different art style. It's either they changed their art style or they got a little bit better with their drawing. I don't know, but it looks clean. It looks good right now. I just want to point that out right now. I'm kind of excited for it now. Like the text is a lot cleaner, like it's been typed. Superman, the Superman himself looks a little bit, more uh, I don't know how to say it, like more physical, I guess. I don't know. More bold. I don't know. Anyways, it's by Jerome Siegel or Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster. But let's get into it. I'm already kind of excited about this. Dedicated to assisting the helpless and oppressed is a mystery man named Superman. Possessing super strength, he can jump over a 10-story building, leap an eighth of a mile, run faster than an express train, lift tremendous weights, and crush steel in his bare hands. His amazing feats of strength become more apparent day after day. That is some clear text. I just want to stop right now and say that's some clear, clean text that I can read. It makes my life so simple. Newspapers headline his activities with ever increasing regularity. To let's read some of these. Superman smashes the munitions ring. Mystery Man of Steel reappears. Superman wars on injustice. Entire town saved by Superman. Especially assigned to track down all Superman news is Clark Kent, meek ace reporter of the Daily Star. So, still not the Daily Planet yet. Still the Daily Star. Just want to point that out. Oh, look, did you notice that the panels have numbers by now? That's interesting. Two, three. Sorry. One day, Clark receives astonishing news when someone before his editor. Clark meet Nick Williams, Superman's personal manager. What? Kent's hand had been toying with an ashtray under his startled, increased grasp, twists into a shapeless pole. Amazing, not at all, for in reality, Clark Kent is Superman. You're you're Superman's manager. That's absurd. Not at all. I have a contract from him giving me some sole commercial rights to his name. You mean he's consented to have his name used to acquire commercial royalties? Exactly. And believe me, the cash is pouring in. I've come to here make a deal. The more Superman news you print, the better it is for both of us. Well, I'll guarantee to give you news of his exploits before he pulls them if you print it. What do you think of this proposition, Kent? How do you know Williams can do what he claims? You doubt me? Well, I'll show you. 5 o'clock, just in time. What's he up to? Search him. Search me. Good afternoon, kids. Everywhere today crackles your favorite energy building breakfast food takes pleasure in presenting the first of a new astounding radio adventures program series entitled Superman, which will come to you every day at this time. Great Scott, what an idea. You think that's something? Look out of the window. Window! Sorry. Use Superman gasoline for superpower. Good lord, what next? Take a gander at that billboard over there. The Superman air airline? I think Airline special? I think I'm reading that correctly. Like his favorite automobile? No, wait. The Superman Streamline special. Okay. Also licensed Superman bathing suits, costumes, physical development exercisers, and movie rights, to name a few. I even made provisions for him to appear in comics. All very interesting, but how did Superman contact you? He dropped in on me, sprung the proposition, I liked the idea, and we evolved a partnership. Very interesting, if true. You doubt me? Very well then. Would a personal interview with Superman interest you? I say it would. In fact, I'd like to meet him very much. Fine, come to my office tonight and I'll arrange your first interview with the strongest man on earth. Gosh. Outside the editor's door, inquisitive office boy has been getting an earful. Can can you imagine that, Lois? Clark Kent is going to see Superman tonight in person. He is, then so will I. Hello, Clark. What? Did I hear you clearly? Did you speak to me? Yes, how are you, Clark? But but I don't understand. I've been trying to date you for months and you wouldn't even speak to me. And now out of the clear blue you flash to me the most breathtaking smile I've ever seen? Really quite simple. I've come to my senses and appreciate you at last. That's all. Will you take me out tonight, Clark, to celebrate it? Gladly. But wait, I just remembered. I have an important assignment for tonight. Do you mean you'd prefer your assignment to me? No, not that. I mean, I see you just as weak and unromantic as ever. Well, in that case, I'll withdraw my offer. You wait, don't be hasty. I'll take you out, but first you'll accompany on my assignment if you don't mind. It won't take long. That'd be splendid. I'll be waiting for you tonight. How easy I can twist you around my finger, she says in her head. I'll be there. How easy are you convinced that I'm putty in your hands? Oh, they're just playing each other, or Lois thinks she's playing him. That evening, I'm so excited. In a little while, I'll be seeing Superman. If only Clark would hurry. You're on time to the second, she screams. It's rather early. Let's drop into a nightclub before keeping the appointment. Later, Clark escorts Lois into a famed night spot unaware of the surprise that is in store for them. Lois, I care for you so much. If only you'd pardon this, but the song has ended. They're starting the floor show. A singer strolls on the floor, accompanied by tumultuous, tumult, tumultuous applause. Tumultuous? I don't know. Thanks everyone. Tonight I'm going to introduce a song that is sure to be a great hit. It's titled "You're a Superman." Swing it, boys. Good heavens, now they composed a song about him. This promises to be interesting. You're a Superman. You can make my heart leap 10,000 feet. A bad singer. I'm singing a song. You're a Superman, but I'm the one girl who can get under your skin. When you crush me in your arms, I must reveal I'm only flesh and blood and not resistless steel. You're a Superman, your order is strong, stronger than a human's man. You're Superman, and when you spring to me, I'm in ecstasy. Someday you're gonna leap to the altar at my feet. And the whole world will know, because I'll tell all I know that I want them to know that you're my Superman. No, I tried singing, it's not gonna work. Clark glances sideways at Lois and thrilled by the magic of the song, her eyes have a distant, charmed look. At the very moment, William's private office. Are you certain asking that reporter to come here was a wise thing to do? Certain, I'm positive. With the newspapers behind us, nothing will be able to prevent our cleaning up. I suppose he suspects I'm just an actor you hired to play the role of Superman. He won't, especially if he witnesses your feats of super strength, which, unknown to him, will be stage tricks. It sure was clever of you to think of this Superman scheme, Nick. I figured that seeing as Superman is probably just a myth, someone might just as well cash in on the publicity. At the nightclub, shall we leave now? Let's have one last drink. Clark glances away. Lois surreptitiously drops a drug in his drink. Really? Really? Gosh, I'm sleepy. It is warm in here. Okay, he's Superman. How is he falling asleep? I hope not. But it shouldn't affect him at all, right? Anyways, clearly, fall asleep. My plan works for you. Later, she leaves the nightclub alone now to get an exclusive story. Within the club, the supposedly unconscious Kent moves into action. The drug had not affected his nervous system, double crossing a pal, eh? Just like a newspaper woman. Okay, so it doesn't affect him. Nice. Outside the nightclub, he sheds his garments and glasses and stands revealed in the Superman uniform. And an instant later, he is speeding off into the night like a living projectile. There's someone at the door, probably the reporter out of the window. Quick, when I give this signal, enter. A girl, but I expected. Clark was called off the assignment. I'm here in his stead. I thought I heard something in my bed. Do you expect Superman to arrive soon? He should be here any moment. Placing his hands behind him, Williams snaps his fingers. The signal now, now to get into my act. Superman, I've come as requested. Is this the reporter who doubts I've authorized you to be my manager? Yes, but demonstrate some super strength. I should banish any doubts that are in her mind. Gladly. Behold, lifting a heavy desk is to me mere child's play. Bending a steel bar? Well, I think nothing of it. Are you convinced? No. I'm going to prove that you're nothing but a pair of fakers. In the first place, this so-called heavy desk is constructed of light cardboard. In the second place, the bar is of aluminum, not steel. And finally, I've already met Superman personally, and so I know definitely that this man is an out and out phony. And I'll be leaving your unsavory company. Oh, no, you don't. You know too much. Let go. What do you want of me? You're smart, too smart for your own good, and so we can't afford to let you leave here alive. Help me get her to the window. We've got to throw her to her death. But that would be murder. It's either her life or our chance of making a fortune. We'll call it accidental or suicide, eh? Moments later, Lois, kicking and screaming figure, falls from the window downward towards a horrible, crushing death. Let's pause here for a second. Not only did Lois backstab, but she puts herself into danger again. I hope this doesn't continue and become a trend like it did in the cartoon. I just hope it doesn't. 'Cause then I still start screaming, getting upset. Superman had arrived in time to see Lois toss from the window. Good lord, they're going to kill her. Upward he springs in a great desperate leap. Got her? An instant later, cradled in Superman's protective arms, Lois drops safely to the earth. Remain here. There's something I've got to attend to. Did you see that? That you said there really wasn't a Superman. I was mistaken. Let's get out of here while we can. As Superman springs through the window, they're no longer here. Quick, into the elevator. It's our only chance. Reaches the elevator just as the metal door clicks shut. I'll soon fix that. Almost effortlessly, he rips the door from its fastenings. What's wrong? I can't understand it. The elevator is rising. In reality, the explanation is simple. Superman has seized the cable and is pulling it from pulling up the massive elevator, hand over hand. So he's just breaking shit. Good gosh, it's him. Get out before I let the car drop. As the as they clamber out, the pseudo Superman makes a feeble attempt at resistance. He uppercuts Superman. Take that. It succeeds in only breaking his hand. Ow, my hand! What an idiot! Enough of this. You two are coming with me to get what you deserve. Let me down. You're crushing me. After a strange quartet speeds through the air high above the earth. What's interesting about this is he still can't fly. He can't fly. He just can't fly. He's just fucking running through the air or just doing giant leaps like he's the Hulk. Anyways, Superman deposits his burden outside of a police station. Take them in and press a charge of attempted murder, you can be certain I will. But when will I see you again? I must see you. I must. That is entirely in the hands of fate. Later within the station? Oh, yeah, that's something else. You met this charge of attempted murder? No, we. Ugh. At the moment Superman sights Superman glaring through the window, it's him. If I'm not locked into jail for protection, there's no telling what he'll do to me. It's true, but it's his fault. He hired me, you dirty double crosser. Throw these two vermin into the can. The end. More Adventures of Superman will appear in forthcoming issues of Action Comics. Don't miss them. Acquiring super strength. What? That doesn't make any sense. Uh, I don't believe that for one instant. But anyways, um, geez, it was a decent issue. Aside from the lowest thing, it was a decent issue. It got into the kind of like crime fighting, superhero-esque point of things now, you know what I mean? Aside from Lois being in danger again, we are heading into that good positive superhero direction. Um, that we'd love to see. Hopefully, it does not become a recurring thing where we have to continuously save Lois or Lois backstabs just to be end up being the damsel in distress. I hope to God it doesn't happen and it doesn't upset us or upset me. I don't know why I said us, but I give this one a 3 out of 5 star. It wasn't. It was mid. It was a story pusher, but nothing too exciting. You know what I mean? At least it wasn't, like the Mines of the Football one. I know we're gonna keep mentioning that, but we're going to keep mentioning it because those are just awful, in my perspective. But yeah, I mean that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your week. I hope things go well with you. I hope for health and good fortune upon all of you. And hope to see you guys soon. Peace.